Hi, I'm Eric.
And I'm Lily.
And we were just discussing a show that Lily likes a lot. What was its name?
Supernatural?
Yes, Supernatural. I don't know how I forgot that so easily. Anyways, we were discussing sort of our beefs with the show. I just don't get it. I really don't. And a lot of people seem to not only get it, but love it. But I don't see it. You know, I'm not a fan.
Alright, so tell me, what's your beef with the show? Like, why you hating, man?
I think that that's a poor choice of words. I don't really hate Supernatural. I there are elements of Supernatural that I like. I like the actors for Sam and Dean. I forget their names at the moment, but they're really splendid actors. They have a certain chemistry on screen that really does scream brother, and just really great personalities, really great people to have on screen. And I do love that aspect of the show. However, despite the acting, I do think that there are elements of the show that make them suffer. I believe that the writing and the direction with the show is just, not only am I not a fan, I think that the script is awful. I think that the writing is truly horrible, actually, to be honest.
How would you describe the writing if you're saying it's so horrible? Give me some words here.
You know, I think the first word that comes to mind is cliched. And then after cliche, just, rip-off. I think it's been done before. And I think that it is completely unoriginal. And in addition to being unoriginal, there are movies that are spin-offs of other movies that are good, but not only is it just a spin-off, it's not good. It doesn't bring anything to the table, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you think that it's cliche because you have never seen another show, or you've seen other shows, my bad, where there are two brothers cruising around in a 97 Chevy Impala with their best friend, that's an angel, by the way, and they're killing, demons and everything like that.
See, even in your description, you already listed a cliche of the lone cowboys riding into the sunset to fight bad guys. That's cliche number one that I really have a problem with because it's been done so often and so many times. But to answer your question, there's actually many shows that are similar to Supernatural. I can think of a few just off the top of my mind. The 1999 Fox show Angel is actually about a detective, eponymous. His name is Angel, and he goes around fighting demons and solving supernatural cases for the LAPD as a detective. It really does sound similar, doesn't it? He's got supernatural abilities, and he's going around fighting supernatural monsters, with his buddies. Sounds totally and completely like a new concept to me. Anyways, then there's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Doctor Who, a plethora of shows. Fringe, that Supernatural borrows from. Plot devices from the X-Files, having a Creature of the Week for filler episodes. Even though X-Files actually did them well. And I don't know, I'm digressing a little bit, but I'm just saying that there are so many borrowed elements from other shows that Supernatural employs, and that Supernatural doesn't even employ well, in my opinion.
Alright, so you feel like you've just seen this a million times before. It's just not new.
To be honest, not a million times, but it's not a new concept. And it's, in being unoriginal, it's not that good. Let me rephrase. It's okay. It's decent. It's passable. But it's not as good as everybody makes it out to be. It's like the Beatles.
Okay, because just personally, I just see the show as, the whole brothers thing is like a new level to what you're saying. You referenced the show Angel, I believe, or movie. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. See, I just didn't see that as a relatable thing because it's not their angel friend, Castiel, doesn't necessarily help them hunt the monsters and demons. He's just kind of like, he's a pop-in character. He's there ever so often. And I just don't see that comparison linking myself. I just see the show as very original. It's well written. Yes, there is a lot of dying, which can get interesting, but
that's the other thing. The dying is not interesting because the two protagonists are absolutely infallible. Whenever the two protagonists die, or whenever one of them dies in air quotes, nothing happens. The character either comes back to life or suffers no consequences for what they did after their revival. For instance, I believe that Dean goes to hell, right?
Yes.
I believe that Dean went to hell in the fourth season after shutting some gate of some sort.
Well, no, what happened is...
Well, let's not get into spoilers.
I can't get into any spoilers.
But my point still stands. He goes to hell, which has been used for thousands of years as a plot device to imply finality in punishment. That you are never coming back from this hell. Death is the final thing. And he comes back, half a season later. Assisted, albeit, but he comes back. And it's willy-nilly, like nothing happened. It's boring, to be honest.
So you think that it's just totally boring after big things like that happen, and there are just no consequences.
Okay, well, period, no. But what I'm saying is you get a thrill from watching TV shows like Supernatural because the characters get themselves into situations and you don't know if they're going to get out of them, or you don't know if they're going to get out unscathed. And you're watching and you think, oh, how are they going to get themselves out this time? But when I'm watching Supernatural and they get into something hairy, I just think, oh, well, they're not going to kill Sam in this episode. Or if they do, he'll just come back. Oh, well. Or, well, geez, that demon's definitely going to get killed in the long run because, he's not going to overcome the protagonist. The protagonists are absolutely infallible. There's no excitement for me. It's all predestined that they're going to win.
Okay, so you also feel that that the villains, you feel like they always they just get taken out. Like you feel that there's always going to be. You just feel like the ending will be really simple.
Yeah, for example, Yellow Eyes, the demon in season 1, that was the bane of their existence. That totally and completely haunted them and was on their butt for the entirety of, 16 episodes. And then in the first episode of the second season, they take a magical single-action revolver. Gee, I haven't heard that plot device before. A magical single-action revolver, and they just kill him. They up and kill him. No fanfare, no preamble, just kill him. Even though this is the big baddie that they were supposed to overcome in the entirety of the first season, and it just happens.
Well, I am just going to conclude your point with the fact that there is a villain they are still dealing with now that came in season 5 and has not been killed yet and does not look like his death is anywhere near in the future.
Oh boy, I wonder how soon he'll be killed. Anyways, I'm sorry. So, why don't you just help me understand? Why don't you tell me why you like Supernatural? I've already listed my reasons for not liking it, but I would like to hear your reasons for liking it.
Okay, well, personally, I fell in love with the show. What I go by, I call love at first episode because you get this whole life aspect of, in the pilot, that just the brotherly aspect just comes in immediately, and you kind of just get wrapped around that family feeling of the family business, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of pulls you in, and the next thing you know, it just gets more intense as it goes along, and there's, involvement with hell, and then there's involvement with heaven, and then there's all this, and there's the apocalypse later on. It just kind of builds onto each other in a crazy way, but it still flows.
So, if I remember correctly, I think one of the brothers is heaven and one of the brothers is hell, right?
Yes.
Oh boy, I haven't heard that plot device before ever either. Anyways, continue.
Alright, well, probably one of the other reasons that I love the show, this is probably my final beef here, is honestly, and other fans will see this too, you probably won't, is the bloopers. That's something not necessarily related to the plot itself, but I think this show is more popular for its bloopers and outtakes than it is popular for anything else it's known for.
And that says something about the show.
You know what? Sometimes I question our friendship. But I'm just saying, go home and watch Supernatural bloopers. They're the best things ever.
Alright, I will give you that. The bloopers are probably hilarious. I'm just going to have to say that we're going to have to agree to disagree. Because, I can see why you think it's a great show, and I want to believe it's a good show. I want to watch this show and get excited. I want to have another show in my life that I like that. But I just don't see it.
Alright, well guys, go home, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. on the CW, watch the season premiere of Supernatural Season 10. It's going to be amazing.
Or you could watch a show like True Detective or The Strain, and you could, I see what you're doing. Bye!
Bye.